Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Imperator Rome with me, Alpha Mega, and Rome. So to be quite honest, I haven't recorded in over 14 days because the kids gave me a pretty nasty cold and I suffer fairly commonly from a big nasal infection and coughing, and that makes recording, even if I feel otherwise fairly okay, impossible. So I'm a little bit rusty on what we did, but just by a cursory look, I remember that we just finished the siege of Soli Cipriani, taking it from Egypt. And judging by the fact that we still have more army there, which is the first Italian legion, I think and we still have the troops raised, so we really literally just ended with that. Our plans were to take the rest of the territory of Aravasia in this area, and because we don't really have any aggressive expansion, I think it shouldn't be that hard. We do have a ton of war goals on them, and the truce we have with them will expire in less than a year. Alright, so that makes everything really easy. Let me see if I can disband all of these. Yes, I can. Alright, so now we can just take our main army and send it back. You guys are gonna go and land your ships in Ostia, and we'll look at spending some of that money. We have finished the upgrade of Aspis to Metropolis, and we're gonna get at least 2 more slots, so we don't even have to worry about that. Let's instead give you guys a port, a fort and a granary. And I wanted to see how Malta is doing, because we have been working on that one. Actually, people started moving in here, which is pretty cool. Now we get 3 pops instead of 1. They're all Roman, which is really good. And the migration attraction is pretty high. Trade is going very well too. Alright, so that one is going to take a little bit longer. We have available upgrades to our Great Wonders. That is actually completely fine. So let us unpause, see how it's going to go. We're making quite a lot of money here. Quite a ton of it is going to the fleet maintenance. The reason why I'm mentioning that is that I was thinking of raising a second Legion of Rome, second Legio Italia, and have 2 legions, which would make us way less dependent on actually raising the armies. But I don't want to overextend us, because, you know, money-wise we are not that great. We have about 110 gold. If we lower the maintenance for the navies, we're gonna get about 170, but it's still not, you know, that great. And we have a ton of money, so let's look at some of the slots, if we can fill something. Okay, you guys have a possible slot, so I'll give you an aqueduct. Let's give you guys an aqueduct. You can get an aqueduct. You can't, but soon you will. You can also get an aqueduct. You can get an aqueduct. You can get an aqueduct. You can get it. Well, pretty much everybody is getting an aqueduct here. And I think here that we could consider good. You're doing well on food. Let's give you a granary. I don't want these areas to overextend too much. Other places, alright, you can expand. will still grow even further. So let's just give you a granary to make sure we have enough food here. You can get an aqueduct. You can get a granary. You guys are fine. The new cities that we founded in the mountains should be also doing really well. Nope, nope, nope. I don't want to hire the mercenaries. Alright, so you guys can get a little bit better. Let me move some pops from Venusia here, so that we do not lose this while building the aqueduct. Where are you? Alright. You guys are doing okay. It's already July. Guys, board these ships and they will take you directly. Let's take you to Invictus. No, we can't. We don't have a port there. Speaking of which, an aqueduct here is a good choice. We're gonna get a granary and a foundry. You can get a port. You can get a foundry and a granary. Interesting how my priorities shifted really strongly towards food storage, because before I was kind of careless and didn't really consider the granaries that important, but that really changed. That really changed. Alright, you can get a granary. You guys are doing okay. You guys are doing okay. Lancia. Yeah, that's a place where we wanted to build a city. So let's do that. Because all our capitals should be cities. Or you guys can get a granary because you are not really that big of a deal. A granary and let's get a marketplace to facilitate faster conversion. You guys get a fort just in case. You guys can get a granary. We trust our allies implicitly, as it turns out. Alright, still spending money. NVIDIA doesn't have a leader. You are actually amazing, so let's put you there. And let me check this area if we cannot do anything here. Nope. Alright, you guys can get a foundry. Oh, you have elephants! Interesting. Can also get a foundry. And what about the southern ones? Alright, you can get a port. You can get a fort. You can get 2 granaries. And actually not importing enough food. Dates, grain. Oh, we're actually importing a ton of food. Might not be just enough. You guys are doing okay. Better than I would expect. Alright, let's start raising the units, because we want to have them prepared. Alright, you guys need to start importing some serious grain. Wait, that's from Asia. Yeah. That was probably the worst choice that I could have made. I was hoping it would be from our allies, but Asia is not that. And you, for example, let's just get the grain here. 1500, 1200. Maybe it's still coming, so it's gonna take a while. Just thinking it's January. Alright, you guys are doing good. You guys are doing good. I think you guys were doing relatively good. And that's probably more than enough. 7, that's not bad. 3 and 2. I mean, at this point, I really don't think they will offer much of a resistance, to be quite honest. You lay the siege to this fort. You are gonna go and invade from here. You guys will invade here. And our main region is gonna invade from here. And the north will be taken by our allies. Alright, that's not good. Stop with importing this. Start importing grain from Marrakesh. Yeah, it's really bad. I mean, even just this can be enough, but who knows? Getting more train routes here is impossible. So I have to risk it. Alright, you can get a foundry, an aqueduct, and extra fort level. You guys are fully able. Let's get you an aqueduct. Levantines converts to Judaism again. It's a little bit bizarre. I wonder if we are doing something wrong that this is happening. And with a couple of farming settlements, yeah, we cannot spend the money now. Okay, get in here so we can cut the fleet maintenance and send you guys on your merry way. And we will put Publius. Now let's put you. You're very young. A good talent. So it is worth doing. Our cities in Illyria were some of them were obviously completely depopulated, as it turns out. Like, this one has nothing. Did we raise it to the ground? What the hell did we do here? Okay, get another granary. Sure. Okay, well, you need to start building. And the happiness here is almost maxed, but doesn't matter. We'll still build it to make sure it's maxed. Alright, I think we don't have to wait for much longer. This is Lusitania Septentrionalis. Oh yes, we're coming for you. So you lay siege. You go there, you go there, and you guys are gonna go over here. We haven't really trained them. Yeah, they lost most of their experience. You were supposed to drill them this whole time, but kind of failed in that regard. Granada is a good choice. Seven, and we get 3. We also get a region coming. That one's gonna tear you to pieces, mate. Alright, there's the fort. Sure. Alright, they really do not have a good situation when it comes to food here. That is really bad. Is there anything that you guys produce? No, just dates. Alright, we need to move more slaves in here. From Ashdab. Alright, so let's pause. Alright, plus 2 more. So we have... I don't think there's gonna be enough trade coming here, but I can try to build 2 marketplaces here. That gives additional 0.2 base trade routes. That'd be great. Farming slave estate. Yeah, but that doesn't give us any food. That sucks. Well, this is gonna be a one hell of a situation. Okay, a bit of a food extra is gonna be good. Alright, imminent battle. Let us see how this is gonna play out. Should be extremely easy for us to take them down. Alright, and we even got them when it comes to our strategy. Good. We got 2, they got 9. Yeah, and they're really mostly light infantry. I think these are mercenaries too. At one point they're actually causing us a ton of casualties, but nowhere near enough for us to even consider retreating or anything of that regard. So a foundry, an aqueduct, and we're gonna build another granary. I'm interested in seeing whether or not we can win a battle against them with an inferior leader, but this size of the army. Okay, siege over there. Oh yeah, another battle. It's really nice. And this time it was an elimination. Good. They deserve worse. A library. Alright, so you guys are starving. Actually, you guys are not starving because there's no harsh winter here. Alright, so we'll actually be building up that. Sure. Okay, let us do a little bit of carpet sieging. I would like to get more slaves. I remember that our culture was doing actually amazing. Yeah, the Canterbury are reduced, Macedonians, Punics, everybody is being Romanized. Wherever you go, we shall follow. Alright, this is getting properly chaotic. But judging from the numbers, they are avoiding us. So no need for us to engage them. They don't want to do it themselves. Alright, another mercenary army. Alright, so you guys take out those. Well, we just keep on. We can avoid their armies, we really don't need to fight them. But yeah, I would like to take this entire chunk. I don't think that that's possible even. We'll have to see once we conquer it all. But I honestly am not entirely sure. Okay, Siege of Aravorum is done. Can definitely chase these guys. Yeah, let's check the oratory advances. So Yes, administrative patronage, lowered corruption. Encouraging our governors to develop personal ties of patronage with subjects increases both the wealth of their subjects and reinforces our system altogether. Any kind of corruption lowering is just absolutely amazing. Sure, you guys can ignore this. And have the main army deal with this. Alright, siege the city. That is absolutely fine. We don't have an augur. Alright. I'll take you. Do we have... Yes, we do have a divine sacrifice. Wait, what's going on here? Alright, you guys can chase these. You guys actually caught these guys. And we're winning, surprisingly. Oh yeah, they see me and they're running. Not able to retreat fast enough. Oh wow, that was brutal. Alright, you guys take this. Our capital can get more import routes. I will not be shy of requesting more grain because we are increasing capacity. Oh, it's expensive. Okay, Lancia has been finished as a city. You guys can siege here. You guys can go siege over there. Yep. You really need 2 levels of fort. You will need to convert. Foundry is nice. And that's about it. Okay, siege. Alright, so we're actually increasing this. I was not expecting that, but it seems to be working. The fact that we moved the slaves here is also helping. So can't really complain much. Alright. Nice. Yeah, we eliminated them, which is good. We're making bank. So if you fall into our troops, I can move you guys over here. And I think that's gonna be it. 99%, yeah. I'll just try to take this. We have 2 missions that we need to finish, so we need these 2 territories the most. But basically that's already more than half of their local territories. What did we lose? Doesn't seem like we have lost anything. I'm thinking what to get here, but let's get gemstones. Not that we need those, but let's try it anyway. Alright, so siege is going well. 64%, that's 64% is absolutely crazy. It's even crazier that we haven't still. Alright. So now the negotiations can begin. Alright, so Arevasia being broken and battered. Needs to give us all of this. That is actually amazing. I don't want Osimia. And I don't want America. Alright, so in the river is the rest of the Spain. Cool. So we have gained the rest of Spain. And that actually means we can go into Lusitania. Okay, Amaya. And Lancia. And we can finish the mission. Great. So let's now go with Aquitania. Alright, we're going to do a mission in Aquitania. We're going to look at that one in the next episode. In the meantime, disband all of these. And you guys will march back to Rome for your triumph. Alright, so this is the new span of Rome. We have conquered the rest of Spain. In the next episode we're gonna check all of these cities, decide what to do with them, if we're gonna settle some more territories. But yeah, Spain is now ours, and that means we're gonna turn our attention back to the enemy here. And we're gonna invade and take Bithynia for ourselves. And we actually do not have a claim. Alright, let me fabricate a claim then, because I would like to have it. What are you guys doing? Are you getting Romanized? You are getting Romanized. Good guys, good guys.